Do you want to design your dream life faster and escape your work addiction because you feel tired all the time? Just know that a strong work ethic kills you. Maybe you are a real go-getter, or you have developed an addiction to work. In this video, I guide you on where to start to set yourself up on the path of happiness and design your dream life. Hi, I am Monique Toonen, the HappiGuru for you, because you have no choice but to discover your own path to happiness when you step into my field. I facilitate you to flip your unique happiness seeds into a lifestyle business, to design your dream life and ban mediocrity forever. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you see value in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. It really makes a huge difference. All the things I mention in this video, you can find the links in the video description below. Now, let's start digging in your dream life. I'm here today to learn you how to escape your work addiction without you ever regretting you took this decision. Maybe you ask yourself, why do I feel empty? Why do I sleep so much on my days off? Or you need a vacation to catch up on your sleep deprivation. Why do you feel tired all the time? Or why do you have a headache? You are low on energy and wake up tired? Being a workaholic isn't fun for you nor your environment and your relationships. To create your dream life, you have to have time to relax. Better yet, you have to be and feel relaxed all the time. Chasing things is a workaholic attitude. Learn to let things come to you instead you chasing them. The only thing you need is a different attitude about your work in the first place. And secondly, becoming aware of other values you don't even notice yet or feel right now. Because your belief system created this attitude. And you probably took this on a long time ago from someone who you admired, loved, or the people who raised you, like your parents. They have had the biggest influence on your creating this attitude. To stop putting work in the first place might save you from burnout, divorce, loneliness, or sitting in a beautiful but empty house, or even worse, become very ill later in life. Because you have neglected your body and emotional needs for so many years. I'm going to walk you through 3 steps to transform your life, to leave the past behind and have a clean sleeve to build on a new foundation that actually facilitates your dream life. Because it's not the effort nor efficiency that takes you to your dream life. It's the effectiveness to get results. So the 3 steps are, number 1, your belief system. Now let's define work addiction first. You are probably a person who does what it takes. You have ambition. You put the time into doing the wrong things. Work addiction, often called workaholism, is a real mental health condition. Having a workaholic behavior is like any other addiction. Work addiction is the inability to stop the behavior. It often stems from compulsive need to achieve success and status or escape emotional stress. These days, it's also seen as a high-functioning anxiety, an attitude driven by fear that creates anxiety. It's someone who experiences anxiety while still managing daily life quite well. Generally, a person with high functioning anxiety may appear like they put it all together and looks well accomplished on the outside, yet they experience worry, stress, and have obsessive thoughts on the inside, just like the workaholic. The word workaholic has a negative connotation, and in many cases rightfully so, because working too much is associated with levels of stress, an actual decrease of productivity at work, straining your relationships, and you created an unhealthy work-life balance. Workaholism means that you value work over any other activity, even when it negatively affects your health, your family, and other values in life. And people often don't understand the quality of your work deteriorates. And not only are workaholics less happy, but they also make those around them less happy because they are harder to work with and have weaker relationships, both work and in private life. You spend so much more working than initially intended. You work to reduce deeper feelings like guilt, anxiety, helplessness, and depression. You've been often told by others to cut down on work without listening to them. You become stressed if you're prohibited from working. The question is, why are you doing this? What I found myself, that my work addiction was an unconscious drive for me that I had to break because my body was exhausted. I was always reasoning instead of truly feeling, until I started to question my beliefs and feel the emotions that I didn't want to feel. That is the first step you need to take to transform your belief system. Having this compulsive work addiction, I remember I had all the signs. Looking back now, I was like this Duracell battery bunny. How did I do it? I was mega productive, but I lost my identity. And the worst of all, I didn't get the results I was longing for. And I was too exhausted to do the things that cheered me up or gave me energy. It only cost me energy. It wasn't my dream life, that's for sure. I needed effective communication because no matter what I said, I created conflict without understanding what was actually going on a deeper level. Number 2, your structures in life. What do I mean by that? 2 things, the tangible and the intangible things in your life. To define the structure in your life is how many tangible things do you have to buy, have, and maintain to sustain and earn money-wise. This means the tangible things can stay in your life to enjoy, like your house, your car, or any other vehicle, your clothes, for your work and private, the food you buy, pets you have, gadgets, or any other thing you can touch. The intangible things, what I mean is like the values and experience you honor, like vacation, study, working with a coach, participating in retreats, learning or having life skills like how to reduce stress, personal and spiritual growth, your talents or emotional needs like connection, respect, communication, peace, purpose, fulfillment, emotional freedom. These are more based on feelings and experiences. Feeling good is the foundation for your dream life, and experiences create those good feelings. Number 3, your new foundation. Now is the time to leave your past behind and create a new attitude towards your dream life. Because your work addiction is actually your way to escape your emotions, your feelings, but you can't help it because you thought this is how the world functions. This is the norm. This is the normal for you. And maybe you're like me. You're used to always having something to do, to set goals, forge plans, to be on the road. And I remember doing nothing has brought a part of my life to stand still. And the space that arises as a result felt confrontational rather than liberating. At least that's how I experienced it at that time in the beginning. If you're always on, at some point you don't know what off feels like anymore. And I started to appreciate that off position more and more. That peaceful feeling inside feels incredible. That's addictive. I guarantee you want more of this when you get a taste of it. Time is created by doing less and being more. I didn't use that time to set up another Netflix series. No. I started to reflect on something much more important. The essence of my existence. This standing still was also a doer detox. Dealing with the feeling of being worthless if you don't do anything. Because this is just a cultural thing, a social statement that being lazy is bad. Working yourself to death is socially accepted. What a BS. If you keep believing that, you are going to truly work yourself to death. Get my point? I changed my attitude towards work and started to work with a coach on my emotional issues and started to educate myself on financial literacy. How to manage money in a way that it could facilitate my dream life. After a few years, I got very ill and looked death in the eye. I was far from my dream life. Fortunately, I healed and recovered from this illness, and I went through the happy flow. Thank God. Yet, due to the low energy after I had this illness, I needed to make changes, and fast. I remember having this sudden lightning strike inside that the structures I have built in my life weren't suitable anymore. I couldn't carry those structures anymore. But most of all, I didn't want to carry them anymore. I came to the point to make decisions around my resources. And I had to change my behavior in a revolutionary way. The dream life I created in my third eye years ago to immigrate and live in Costa Rica, a country with warm weather, exotic food and beautiful beaches, I now was longing for it again. And I wanted variation in my life with all of this good stuff. This was the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to reinforce my dream. Yet now, instead of going to Costa Rica alone, was too boring for me. I had many temporary options due to the circumstances. Yet, it was time to take a quantum leap. I remember thinking that life asked something else from me. All the energy I spent on buying, having and maintaining stuff and all the materials I owned was a temporary energy waste. Because as you know, you can't take anything when you die. The wave of energy to put your effort into collecting tangible things because the shine passes. Yet the effort you put in intangible things makes you feel happy, brings fun, fulfillment, and for me, enormous freedom. You truly lose baggage. I had to discover what made me happy and invest much time and energy as possible, as soon as possible. For example, I always wanted to learn the Spanish language, yet I never did it because it didn't have a function in my business or my work. It wasn't aligned because of my work ethic. Just doing things for the sake of fun wasn't written in my life book. So it was about time to create more fun in my life. And oh boy, I did. And you, yes, you can transform your belief system, your past, to embrace everything that comes on your path. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And still feel happy. And exactly this makes you confident and unstoppable. Because now you know how to navigate in extreme situations instead of fighting them. After all, fighting creates more resistance. So we talked about your belief system. Workaholism is a real mental health condition. I had this behavior that a workaholic displays. I had this work addiction. This addiction is the same as stopping with any other addiction, like smoking, food, or even a drug addiction. You have to get grip on your impulses, understanding your drive, which is fueled by your belief system, and on a deeper layer, by your childhood imprints. You need effective communication, because this is expressing your truth, using new words you might never used before. Number 2, make an inventory of the structures in your life, the tangible and the intangible things, and put a price tag on it. See how much it's worth to you. Yet the most important question is, why does it have this price tag? I wasn't realizing what price I was paying, and actually I didn't know what I truly valued, what experiences gave me energy. I didn't allow myself to create the space because standing still was confrontational. Until I realized I just missed these life skills that I could learn instead of working myself to death with 3 burnouts and a severe illness under my belt. Number 3, your new foundation. It's you who brought you here. It's you who put work above everything. You might start to question your beliefs around work, your work ethic, and from who you adopted it without you being aware of what you actually adopted. Wake up and start creating your dream life. How are you going to create space? How much space do you allow for a more relaxed lifestyle? In the first place, what kind of tangible things can you easily swap for intangible stuff to create a new foundation? Because it creates less stress. It's actually detaching from tangible stuff and live according your intangible values. What is your personal truth instead of you holding on to an ideal picture? Make an inventory of those 3 steps and set yourself free to create your ultimate dream life you never thought would be possible. Stretch yourself. Question your beliefs daily. Create awareness around stuff you really need or stuff you really need to escape the void inside of you. Start designing today and register for my free Masterclass Resource Revolution. Let your Resource Revolution create the way to design your dream life and start to detox from your work addiction, to feel truly happy and be effective in making happy money. I'm going to walk you through 4 decisions you need to make in the Masterclass Resource Revolution to set yourself on the path of happiness. To register, check the link below. Help me to spread happiness in the world and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe and hit that notification bell if you loved it. To continue this journey to your ultimate happiness, because we need more happiness in this world. You are only on this planet for so long. Go for it now.